there everyone, and welcome back to Napoleon Total War with the Great War mod. Today we're gonna take a look at the Russian revolutionary event that takes place within this mod. So I was quite interested when I saw on the ModDB page that they'd implemented an event to create the Russian Revolution. So as I've been playing my Austria-Hungary campaign, I've also been playing off-camera a Russian campaign just to get to the point of the Russian Revolution, and we have reached that point now. We're in late September 1917. The revolution takes place in October. We've already had quite a turbulent year of 1917. There are a number of events that's caused a lot of problems. We can see that there's been riots to destroy a lot of different buildings throughout the country. I've also, because this is, at this point, right now, this is 90 turns into the campaign, and as we can see, I haven't moved a lot against the enemy. What I did was, because I got bored of just sitting waiting for the revolution and building up the country, I moved in and I created Poland as my protectorate, and I gave them Lemberg as well. Which is kind of, it's a little bit odd because they're, right now they're my protectorate and they're gonna stay my protectorate even after the revolution, which is gonna be a little bit odd, but we'll handle that. I've run into some problems with it, but I thought at first it was problems surrounding the actual revolutionary event, but I think what it actually was that a few units aren't going to be deleted at the end. Well, we'll go through it when it happens. So right now we have, let's go ahead and see. So the way that it's implemented is that Nicholas II, the Tsar, gains throughout the campaigns, gain different characteristics and traits, also followers. So we can see Rasputin has been assassinated, but you will gain him. I can't remember which year you gain him, and he will cause trouble. He's a mischievous bastard, and he's caused troubles for you. Also, the Tsarina will cause trouble for you, and you'll have a few other stuff. And then you'll have the early February revolution or revolts. You'll have the, I think one was called the July Days, and there's a few others. Right now, we're at the event called the Kornilov Affair, so an attempted military coup by a general has caused unhappiness. So right now we have a 20 minus happiness to the proletariat, which means if we go over to the policies here, we can see that the entire country is in uproar, except for Moscow. And I managed to put the Novgorod region out of this for reasons I'll explain later. It's mostly just because all other areas will actually spawn their own revolutionary armies that will try to create new nations. For instance, these three regions, Odessa, Little Tartary, the Kiev Ukraine region, and this region will all spawn Ukrainian armies to create Ukraine. These two regions, like here, Smolensk and Belgrade, will create the white movement, so the counter-revolutionaries. So you'll have the white anti-communists spawning in these two areas, creating the white movement. You'll have the Belarusians spawning here, so you'll get Belarusia in Belarus, so no surprise there. You'll get Lithuania in Vilnius. You'll get the Latvians. You'll actually get them both here and here. So bad luck to Estonia. They're not in, and you'll also get the Finnish spawning in Finland. The actual revolutionaries will spawn here. And here is where you fight. So I am building up right now building up a troop that my revolutionaries will fight. So I didn't. If you wanted easy, you could delete everything in your capital, and you could let the communists or the Bolsheviks just march in, very easily take it, because it's only gonna spawn, I think, 3 units of landwehr, or the equivalent of landwehr, the Russian equivalent. So we want to make it a little bit harder for the communists. Also, there's another problem. It's not really a mod problem so much as it is... Oh, now I moved 1 unit too much. Move 1 guy back. I don't want this to... The reason why I don't want this to revolt is because it's gonna spawn Bolshevik revolutionaries, but it's not gonna be under my control. And I didn't really have time to test it, but I had this sneaking suspicion that that would cause a crash. But the main problem that I had around the crashes was not due to so much the event itself. It was similar to if you saw my my 16 AD campaign, where we had John Churchill's army, where a general unit, if it died, it got disbanded, it would crash. So it is, let's see, this general right here, and he will survive with, there's a cannon he gets, I think. This one right here, yes, this field gun and this general, for some reason, will at the revolution, and when the Bolsheviks win, all Imperial troops will be deleted and gone. But the generals cannot be deleted, because that's not how the... you can't implement that, as far as I'm aware, in Napoleon Total War. But this general survives, and this cannon survives. And I'm pretty sure the crashes were linked to this cannon, and if it got destroyed, that was actually what caused the crash. Possibly the general as well. Other units that will survive, all generals will survive, and then also all the Latvian riflemen will survive. And at first I thought that was a bug, because that seemed odd, but apparently that's actually consistent with history. The thing about that, though, is I'm not entirely sure why they wouldn't just create like a new recruitable unit for the communists later on, that they can recruit a communist unit. Because these guys, of course, will have imperial uniforms. So that will kind of stick out of all the other communist units or Bolshevik units that you will create later. But enough on that. We want to start the revolution, so we're going to see what happens. I'm already now... you know what, let's just leave it as it is, and let's end turn. Right, the revolution is underway. We've got workers' riots all across the country. You can see universities, logistics bases, town markets and stuff are getting destroyed. The Kornilov affair has been removed and been replaced by the October Revolution. It doesn't matter that much because it's still minus 20 happiness. However, we are, as we can see, able to fight it in certain areas. Like Moscow, I'm actually able to completely stop any revolutionary movements just because of the happiness that's produced here. And I don't even have a full stack. So... But the thing is, I'm pretty sure this area wouldn't even spawn revolutionaries, or if it did, it would spawn those other communists that I think might cause problems. So that's why I have elected to make sure that they do not start up anything here. Yes. So there's not much to do. We can see that the whole country is on fire right now. They've destroyed a lot of buildings all over the place. One more turn and we will see the revolution actually kick off. So I'll go ahead and end turn and we will see what happens. And here we are for the end turn. We're now at 92 turns into the campaign, and as you can see, we've got rebellions throughout the country. The country is completely at war. We also have a general that has recovered from injuries. That was down in the Ottoman territory. I sent the general there and he was crushed. We've got rebellion in Finland. We've got rebellion... Yeah, we've got rebellions all over the place. Gotta be careful here. I quite a few times actually just clicked through these without realizing that it's some here. There we go. Revolution. So they've got the standard. It looks like... I guess this is from Empire? Or I guess that they would use the same in Napoleon. I haven't... The interesting thing is I've played Napoleon for like, I don't know, 1,000 hours or something. But I've never actually bothered causing revolution in my own country. I've always been able to avoid that. Anyways, you have the option to side with the government, or you could side with the rebels. As far as I'm aware, because the white movement always spawns, the way that the mod developers want to do it is that you should side with the rebels. Like, it's gonna be weird if you stay on the side of the government and you basically have you stay as Imperial Russia, but you still fight the sort of the white forces. So that's a bit odd. Instead, what I want to do, want to make a special sub-mod where they remodel a campaign around 1919, I think it was, where you get to play the Russian Civil War, specifically as the Whites trying to defeat the Reds. But we're gonna side with the rebels here. We're not gonna go through the mess of siding with the government. So siding with the rebels. We've got rebellions all over the place. Some construction and so on. So right now, we have lost control of everything, and we're only in control of the red rebels here. So I've got one small army. The armies here will actually spawn in size compared to what is actually protecting the capital. So in case of the capital being lightly defended, you'll spawn less troops. I have seen this because I at one point moved like a lot of extra troops into there just to test it out. Put all these guys over here, and it actually spawned more troops for my side. Anyways, we're gonna fight a battle. So right now we're gonna move so we get everyone in here. So we're gonna move these guys up so that they... now I did it wrong because... Why did they intercept me if they're not gonna get support of the town? This is not how I wanted to do this. Because they're supposed to get support of the town. Okay. The reason why I put them outside is because there's another, which is, I think, a Napoleon, specific more so than the mod problem, is a Napoleon problem. It is these fort towns that has forts around it. What you'll get is you'll get a... You know what, we'll actually go into battle and we'll see if we can get that to work. They're gonna intercept us. It's highly in favor of them. I doubt that though. Let's go ahead and play the battle. Okay, so this is the reason why I didn't want to actually fight in the town. I want to fight outside the town, where I met an army outside and then the guys from the town would reinforce, because we get this kind of... So this is how it looks when you attack a castle. You get two sides which you can deploy at against the castle, but now the castle isn't there. It's going to confuse the AI. The AI is actually going to be... They're going to put the army completely in a line like that, and they're all going to be facing the wrong way. And they're going to be slow to react to my attack, and most importantly, in this case, their gas cannons, which I gave them 2 cannons are gonna fire gas on us, they're gonna be facing the wrong way. And the AI is not gonna move them around, so they're gonna be completely pointless. Same with the heavy mortars. They're also gonna be facing the wrong way. So they're not going to be very useful throughout the battle for the AI, which I was hoping to actually get a little bit more of a fight. But I should say also, we had a problem with the Austrian campaign that I was playing on a too low difficulty. What I've done is I've gone into the preference script and I've jacked up the difficulty in there. So hopefully, it seems actually to have worked for this campaign in a way, but I'm not entirely sure that it's started to work in the Austrian one. Anyways, we're gonna take a look at these troops. So we've got our machine gun crew right here, and that's how they look. And then we've got revolutionary cavalry right here. And then we've got the Hussar Cavalry over here. It's got red pants, and instead of the Imperial symbol, they've got that red star on the hat. We've got Revolutionary Infantry Soldier, which got a banner. I believe in 5. Or the earlier version, a lot of other nations also carried flag, or maybe I'm mistaken about that. But I think it looks really cool when they move like that, and it makes for really good screenshots when they're running around waving that flag. And this is how these guys look. So a red star, you can see red armband, but in a lot of cases, of course, why throw out something that this guy looks pretty darn cool. With the leather coat, you can really tell that this guy, without hesitation, if you show any disloyalty to the Bolshevik movement, he's gonna put you out. He's gonna extinguish you when putting it in monetizable terms. So what I'm going to do is we're gonna put some units on the front. So I think we're gonna put half coming from this way. It's mostly because I want to get rid of some of the cannons in the forest to win the battle that way. But since I want to kind of play ball with the AI, we're gonna put a lot of infantry over here. It's also because some of the reinforcement that the AI is going to get is going to come from back here, or it's going to come in as reinforcements somewhere back here. And we're going to put the machine guns here. We're going to put cavalry here. We're going to put half the cavalry here, and then we put the other half over here for a lightning maneuver against the enemy's cannons. And then we've got these guys over here, and we put the General Luca. He actually looks... the thing about the generals is, of course, you cannot, switch them around. So they will still be Imperial. You cannot go ahead and switch that around to have different generals. It lacks that within the game itself. It's a limitation that we have to live with. Right, with that said, let's go ahead and see if we cannot seize the means of production. Workers of the world, unite, and let's charge down our enemies. So we're gonna get the infantry going. The machine guns are already going, we can hear them. We're not gonna get too much in the way of the machine guns. So the machine guns have started to open fire. They're taking down a light mortar, which the enemy has placed on the flank. They're actually more active than I thought this time around. Maybe they're learning because I've test played this so many times. Yes, one of the problems I had with the gas cannons is that it doesn't actually seemingly fire on my infantry. We're gonna move a single horseman over here, and we're gonna see them fire the gas on him instead. Enemy general is moving straight into our line of partisans. Clearly he wants to get killed. So we're gonna oblige the bastard by shooting him down. Now he's one of those generals that just gets wounded, so he'll actually spawn back for us, and I think gas is about to arrive here. So we got Red Revolutionary Cavalry moving in. Uh-oh, gas! Now, it doesn't show the terrifyingly effective way gas works now, but let me tell you. Oh, the enemy reinforcement's gonna come over there. I mean, they upped how deadly the machine guns are, and they've increased just as much on how deadly the gas is. So let's go ahead and get up to the ridge up here. Right now, it actually concerns me a little bit that the AI is attacking as well as they are, because I don't know if my partisan units over here will actually hold out against the life guard. And there's a few other units here. I've also brought in, I gave them rifle grenadiers. Oh, there goes the grenades. Now they're landing short, which I'm lucky, because look at this. From those rifle grenadier units. Could have gone really bad. Oh, they're attacking this unit as well. The machine guns are being moved forward. Hopefully we can get that to work. We've got some light mortars. It's time to move in the cavalry to try and take out some of these. And also the two these cavalry units have definitely been hit by the gas. I thought they were safe here. Clearly they weren't. They were sort of slaughtered. Oh, here are the trench gunners. I gave them a unit of trench gunners. So, guess they've borrowed some shotguns from the Americans. If I go to slow-mo, we can kind of see that it actually fires like a canister shot. If we can, it's hard to see. It's probably going to be hard to see when. Maybe I can pause right as then he fires. If we can catch that. We didn't. Let's see, we're in slow-mo. Can we get one of you guys to fire? There, we kinda saw it. Let's see if I can find... it goes so quick. But you can kinda see how it lands multiple... There we go, there's... So this is from the shotgun. This is also kind of the same way the machine gun works, that it fires... It doesn't fire like bullets in a long row, it fires like a... what's it called? A shrapnel shot or a canister shot. So that's from the shotgun. Flying towards my troops there. And the partisans are not happy because, well, they're getting hit by shotguns. Which I thought the Germans would have made illegal. What happened there? I think I also gave them a what's it called? I'm pretty sure I gave them a flamethrower unit as well. But I'm not entirely sure where that is. We're charging headlong into the lifeguard unit. Probably not going to go too well. We're actually putting down quite the effort to suppress that rifle grenadier. And luckily for me, it looks like the distraction of the cavalry attacks have caused enough distraction to save the partisans here. I think they fired... Oh, they're gonna fire gas here, I think it looked like. Or was they firing something else, somewhere else? The gas is very devastating, and since I have industrialized Russia to such an extent, because I just sat on the sidelines building up my country, we're gonna be able to get quite a few of those of our own later on. We'll see how long this campaign works. As I said, I had a few problems with it, and this is of course not the final version. So, the problem is that since this this event takes place so long into the campaign, it's been hard for developers to actually test it out. So my cavalry has converged. They're attacking one of the lifeguard units right there. We're going to tell them to hold fire, so they're going to shoot down each other. We hit the Imperial Reservists that came in over here, and we're stopping them. Some units have been completely destroyed. What we need for the thumbnail, though, is I want some of these guys with the red banners to... you know what? I've already created one. But we definitely want at least one close-up view of some Bolshevik troops doing a bayonet charge against the enemy. Gonna keep advancing here. We're starting to get reinforcement from the secondary army as well. Get the machine guns over here. Let's see how it goes for these guys. Workers of the world, unite! We have nothing to lose but our chains! Charge! And we got small unit, 21 men. Oh, they're counter-charging! The lifeguard! For the Tsar! Charge! They're stabbing a few of us, but they're gonna be overwhelmed. Oh, I think that guy's about to strangle one of ours. Uh-oh. No! Stabbed him. The lifeguard hold out. They're gonna fight to the very end. Look at the morale is actually getting destroyed for our unit. Oh, they stopped. These guys stopped their charge. God damn it. They clearly some kind of what's it called? What did they call them? The Kulak? Definitely Kulak unit over there, since they stopped their charge. Bloody cowards. Let's go ahead and charge in. The Commissar is still alive. And with the added effort here, we just broke the lifeguard unit, and it looks like we broke the spirit of the Imperialists. We have successfully claimed Petrograd, and we will now start on the worldwide workers' revolution. Here's the statistic of that battle. We deployed 3,700 men, we lost 1,400 roughly. The enemy deployed 2,500, 2,300 of those died. Oh, why can I not? For some reason we cannot see that. That's odd. Not entirely sure why that is. Might be a temporary bug. But yeah, I imagine looking by the gained what's it called? Chevrons here. Machine guns did a lot. Cannon did a lot. Cavalry did a lot. General apparently got a lot. But that's, I think, because it's a town battle and everyone dies when you take over a town, and all the troops that are retreating, they count as dead, and the XP from them is evenly divided across all units, so that's why he gained. And then I guess these partisans did a lot. Reinforcement didn't really gain or were able to join in, so. But there we go. So we forced these guys away a little bit, survived, but we are now able to move in, and the revolution has been successful. I guess maybe you can change this out to just a picture or something. Or I don't know if you can replace this with another video. Seems a little bit out of place, but of course maybe this is currently not really the focus of the work. So we've taken control of everything. We actually gained their service. The guys that just fought us a second ago is now under our control. We gained a oh, so this is for actually ministers in the new government. And we've taken control of this. I'm gonna move over. So what happens is, of course, that all Imperial units are deleted, and now instead we can recruit a ton of different Bolshevik units. Patriotic Levy, Order of the Red Banner is Elite Battalion. Border Guards is instead of the Light Infantry. We've got Red Guard Reserve Battalion. It's got more like civilian type clothes. We've got the Assault Battalions, Rifle Grenadiers, Trench Gunners. So these are the guys with the shotgun. Red Army Rifle, which is, I believe, the standard unit. Then we've got Barrier Troops as well. And you can read a little bit about them there. We've got the Reserve Battalion, the Vokr. I'm not entirely sure. That's the Paramilitary Security Force. That's what they are. The Paramilitary Security Force. Combat Engineers, Flamethrower, Sniper, and so on. And Latvian Riflemen. Still though with Imperial uniform. And the cavalry unit, since we can deploy or get cavalry down here, we've got, let's see, we've got the mounted infantry. So I've been talking a lot about infantry that can actually dismount, and these guys are the ones that can dismount. So that's pretty cool. So you have a unit of 240 men that can ride into ride somewhere forward ahead of your army, dismount and fight as a infantry unit, which is pretty good. So right now I am in control of all the Russian territories. However, as I spoke earlier, there has been a lot of other revolutionary groups spawning. So we've got Ukrainians. So we've got one Ukrainian army there, we've got one over there, and we've got one over there. We've got the white movement spawning over here. We've got the white movement spawning over here. We've got the Lithuanians. We've got the Latvians over here. We've got the Belarusians over there. And since all units are deleted, everyone's deleted but the generals. I bet you could actually maybe put up some kind of resistance, because there's a few troops that you can recruit one turn. And there's certain areas where I know that the revolutionaries take a little bit of extra time to actually get to capture. I know Kiev is one of those places. So you could possibly mount a defense, actually recruit some of these units that just take one turn, like the Patriotic Levy or the security force, the paramilitaries. And you could possibly mount a defense in certain of these towns. We're not gonna do that though. We're gonna see. I mean, for some reason they cannot move, which is an odd bug for that one. That is completely new. I've tested this campaign so many times, or tested this before I actually made a video out of it. And then just now I ran into another bug, which I don't know exactly what that's up about. Okay, we cannot move. Okay, we cannot move into foreign territory for some reason, or I don't know. I don't know what this bug is really. And then we've got a general here with the Latvian rifleman, and then we got this one. This is the one that crashes. So we're gonna get him out of harm's way. God damn it. Now the strange bug is, I think if I end turn it will fix itself. But there we have it. I've shown you how this works. So we'll see how long I'm able to do this, and we might run into... It's interesting that I've run this, like, I think I've run this probably like at least 10 times, I imagine. And then, of course, when I start trying to record this, is when I ran into a bug that I haven't seen before, which is really odd. But there we go. One thing that we might want to... Ooh, I actually got a good president this time around. Knighthood. That seems a bit odd. But you cannot script these, so obviously you would want Lenin to take charge. But as far as I'm aware, or as what they've said, is that there is no way to actually specifically tailor who takes over. What you can do though is, if you get someone that you don't think looks at all what you want. I mean, this guy does not really, with a kind of a fedora and so maybe you don't like him that much. What you can do is, because this is now a republic, you can, as soon as you get this government, you can go ahead and click this, hold instant re-election, and because they only have 30%, they're gonna lose, so you're gonna get a completely new cabinet if, for instance, you didn't like this. But here's our cabinet. It's I mean, so much worse than the imperial cabinet that I had, that had like at least 6 stars on each guy, but at least there's not many 2s. This time around I've actually successfully got a pretty good government. Normally I get a really shit one where everyone has just 2 stars and the president is god awful. But there we have that. We're gonna lose almost all territory except these 3, and that's... I'm not gonna try and put up a resistance by trying to recruit troops and maybe fight, so that's that. What we're gonna try and do is... since we cannot really go around using imperial generals, it would be nice to actually save the good ones that I do have, like Bursilov, even though it's kind of... It's a little bit breaks immersion with a guy looking like that, leading a Bolshevik army. But the thing is, with the limitations of Napoleon, you cannot really do anything about that. So that's, in that way, it's understandable and something we're gonna have to live with. With that said, hopefully this will work out. This will be a shorter campaign, so I'm not gonna try and, you know, conquer everything. Although that would probably be a goal of the Bolsheviks, to just cover the. No, the goals are basically the same. But I think what I'll do is I'll play this a few turns, or not a few turns, but I'll play it like we're gonna face off and try to conquer at least all of Russia back, I think. If, of course, we don't run into any other strange bugs. So it's so odd that I've tested it so many times, and then I ran into a bug that I've never seen before. I think it's a Napoleon bug rather than a mod bug, but I haven't seen it before, so who knows. With that said, I hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.